In Bolivia, data on the state of the economy was released. The government assures that the crisis facing the country is the result of the opposition's repeated blockade of foreign loans and deliberate use of road blockades and protests. Details from correspondent Freddy Morales.
Tras el triunfo de la derecha en las elecciones de agosto pasado,
following the victory of the right wing in last August's elections, inflation began to fall dramatically. In May, it exceeded 5%, but last September it stood at 0.20%.
Al no tener ya estos efectos,
the absence of these blockades has allowed us to have a lower or low level of the consumer price index for the third consecutive month.
del índice de precios al consumidor.
Un informe oficial del Ministerio de Finanzas.
An official report from the Ministry of Finance confirmed repeated allegations by the government of the current president that much of the economic crisis facing the country was deliberately caused.
Los bloqueos en cada etapa de los
Each stage of the months and days that the economy has been shut down has led to a significant slowdown in the 36-day civil strike has caused us to go from growing at 4.5% to growing at 1.3%. The other blockade, we were growing from 3.1 to 1.3. From growing to percent in the last quarter of 2024, we ended up with a negative variation of 2.6. That is the effect that the road blockades had on economic activity.
Terminamos con una variación negativa de 2,6.
El bloqueo fue el método utilizado por
The blockade was the method used by the opposition to provoke an economic crisis for electoral purposes. Laws that could have helped to overcome the shortage of dollars caused by a decrease in natural gas exports were blocked in the Legislative Assembly.
In the
Assembly, when we brought the bill to strengthen international reserves, it took more than 18 months to approve it. More than a year and a half that this regulation was stalled, which, at the time,
Incluso a nivel internacional se ayudó.
Even at the international level, the political opposition was aided in its efforts to destabilize the economy for electoral purposes. This was aided by the so-called risk ratings agencies, which increased the country risk to show a deepening of the economic crisis. But as soon as the right-wing government won, these indices immediately improved.
El sabotaje y todo lo que hicieron contra el gobierno.
There has been a key element, sabotage, and everything they did against the government, but it is no longer the main focus of politics because they have already achieved their goal. Today is a new political era with a new government, and that is why there is no longer that element of country risk because those who succeeded in blocking the economy from the old and the right wing, starting with the road blockade, and in the assembly, have achieved their goal. It is done. It is consummated.
Está consumado. Consumado es.
That could have alleviated the shortage of dollars and the supply of fuel. Right-wing businessman and politician Samuel Doria Medina called on legislators to approve these loans of almost $2 billion to alleviate the crisis and serve the people. The triumph of the right not only drastically reduced inflation, but also forest fires.
Sino también los incendios forestales. Freddy Morales, teleSUR, Bolivia.